Okay, everybody. Please welcome Lisa Gunnarsson of LinkedIn. I think she's VP of EMEA, and she's going to be talking about AI and people-centered selling. I hope I got that right. Come on up.
Thank you. Do you have the flicker? Oh. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad that we became this big bunch in this room. And I'm super glad to have my biggest supporters here down here, the whole team. Okay, so hi team, let's speak about AI and sales and AI. So AI is going to change the sales role forever. Did you know that sales is actually the third role in the world to be most impacted about AI? Only a software engineer and a customer service rep will be more impacted. In our data from skills, we can see that about 59% of all the skills and all the tasks that we do in sales can potentially be displaced by AI. This means that this could be an amazing opportunity for us, but it could also be a threat or a challenge. But I believe it can be a fantastic opportunity. Because let's face it, Harvard Business Review has done 2 consecutive studies, and I'm now going to show you what their studies are showing us. As salespeople, we are only spending yet a fraction of our time. 32% of our time is actually spent on selling, while 68% of our time is spent on other stuff. Many of you will know what I'm talking about. It's the admin, it's the CRM, it's the uploading, it's the researching. It's all of these elements. This at the same time as we have a time where every single revenue leader out there is pressured to get the best out of performance, to get the best productivity, and get the best out of our people. When we ask all the revenue leaders that we know and at our customers, we ask them, what is the one objective that you would like to see more of from your salespeople? They say, if there is one thing that is the fundamental objective for sales, it's about having the high quality conversations with the people that really matter. I believe genuinely that AI can be that solution for us, that can actually change the projection of how we spend our time. There will be winners and losers, my friends, coming out of this era of the post-pandemic, post-EMEA war, post all uncertainty that we are in. And I think the companies who will be gaining competitive advantage are the ones who have been able to incorporate AI as a part of their selling motion. So today, let's spend some time in understanding how AI will impact, in very practical terms, the role of sales. Let's then move over to understand how the winning companies and top performers will incorporate AI as a part of their selling motion to gain competitive advantage. And I'll close off this session then by giving you a few of my tips on how you can make this success yours. So first of all, let's start about how AI will impact roles as we go forward. Whatever role that you are in today, either it be sales or another, you can almost divide all roles in the world in 3 parts. It will be the part of your role where AI can almost like displace or remove the tasks that you're doing. For a software engineer, this means like writing code. In 5 to 7 years, AI will be able to write your code. Then there will be tasks that AI will make you more efficient or more effective in. For a doctor, that could be examining like rashes and stuff. They can make a quick judgment, but they can also use AI to understand, and that will make them more efficient, more productive, and more high quality. Thirdly, there will be parts in every role that are completely human. that are for completely the ones where our experience and our skills and human behavior will gain the whole advantage. When we talk about sales, the thing in sales that can help us, that probably will totally be dismissed, are the ones when it comes down to big chunks of data. How we will be able to upload things to CRM, how we will be able to analyze big chunks of data, how we will be able to summarize meeting notes or bigger researches, things that can be automated with the help of AI. The second part, which I think is almost like the most interesting one, is how can AI help us to become more efficient and effective in the things that we do in everyday life. So we know that top performers are incredibly good at knowing everything that they need to know about their customers and about the industry that they work in. What if AI can help us with the most heavy lifting around research, around understanding the industry, understanding competition, understanding our customers, understanding the stakeholders and how their interests are playing out? What if AI could help us become more kind of in-depth, knowledgeable, to be able to deliver that high quality meetings that matter? Every single sales training that has ever been always emphasizes on the same. How can we move to get more quality meetings with the people that matter? And the third part that AI will help us to bring forward is the part that we want most of us to see more of, which is how can we make that 32% of selling time into the majority of our selling time, so we can see the humanized sales coming forward, the creativity, the problem solving, the alignment, bringing the customer to the solution that we genuinely believe will help them to solve their problems. The humanized side of sales will be able to come true when AI can help us to solve for the roadblocks that are holding us from being there. This is also when we ask our executives exactly how they want us to be spending our time. 72% of the executives we surveyed said if they could have one wish and one wish only, it is that the sales teams that they have actually develop the soft skills that will gain the company the competitive advantage that they so much are needing for. So I'm now going to take you in, leave the part how AI will change our roles, to move you into the part around how do we then embrace this AI functionality into the sales motion to make it an everyday for everyone. In order to do so, we need to understand what are the roadblocks that we need to solve for. AI can potentially help us with loads of things. So we need to pick and prioritize where they can help us with the biggest effect. The fact is, to understand that, we need to understand what is the decision maker in 2023. Now we're coming out of 5 to 8 years of massive, almost like gold rush in EMEA, in the world, where any leader who wasn't fast enough to make a decision could fall behind. Fear of missing out was almost like the most disastrous thing we could ever do. As a business leader, you had to be making decisions all the time to keep up with the pace that digitalization was prompting you with. In 2023, it's very different. It is very different. Fear of missing out has turned into fear of messing up, and FOMO is a state. Business leaders today have become risk adverse. Their fear is that they will make a decision that doesn't become implemented, that doesn't gain consensus, that doesn't add value to the organization. Business leaders today will not make decisions if they don't have consensus in the organization to do so. Deals, as we see in our data, are being stalled or lost due to the pure fact that the stakeholders aren't unified, helping the decision maker to make decisions. What we need to do is understand that the number of stakeholders has grown exponentially. There can be a sales rep who is an influencer. There can be a procurement officer who has the D, the decision-making power. There can be a CFO who can say no to everything they haven't even heard of. The pure fact is that there will be, for every decision in every company, there's going to be recommenders, there's going to be approvers, there's going to be the people that implement, the people that enable, the people who give input, the people who influence, the people who ask for advice. The number of stakeholders in every company that there is who advises the decision maker to make a decision has grown with an average of 5x. So what do the top performers do in order to help our decision makers? The top performers, they help the decision makers to make the decisions by being one step ahead and having these high quality conversations with the right people who matter. The top performers are already using what we would call deep sales habits, meaning they have behaviors that they would naturally be looking to be very qualified and very knowledgeable for the client. They would see so that they have all the information about the client, about the competitor, about the industry, about the people that they are to speak to and with. But they will also seek to understand, now more than ever, what does the organizational map look like around the decision maker? Who do we need to influence to ensure that when the decision time has come, they will make a decision that we think is the right one? The fact is that neither of us will be in the room when the decision is made. Ever. So what we need to accomplish to be successful in sales today is that every single stakeholder that is out there promoting and helping to the decision maker, they're voting for you and ensuring that our solution is the one that the decision maker should be making a decision about. In deep sales habits, we can see that the best people, they're already doing this. They're mapping out the stakeholders to understand, and they're finding hidden allies, meaning hidden ways in to get to these people. So I'll tell you very honestly, I probably get hundreds of emails a month, like hundreds. In my role, I get hundreds of emails a month from people who just want to present, just want to meet, just like it's the flashy email after the other. I delete all of them, every single one. I probably get 10 or 15 calls a day, I have no idea how, from people who want to present their solution. I never pick up. But if, say, Ud, yeah, if say Ud or Yoni would tell me, or sitting here, that, do you know what? You should really meet these guys from Surfy. I would always listen to what they say. I would always pick up because I trust them to not be presenting any junk for me. I would probably even, Stephen, if you told me to meet someone, and we've just met for 15 minutes, but if you told me, actually, you should really listen into this company, it's pretty cool stuff, I would probably do that. Because after 15 minutes, I would trust you enough to do that. But this like overall outreach with no trust in at all, I would never pick up anymore. So top performers will find ways to find these hidden allies to get in. And the thing is that when top performers start bringing in AI to their selling motion, they will be starting to use platforms like LinkedIn. Companies come to platforms like LinkedIn when they need to grow and transform their businesses. Our entire motion of being here is to help companies to grow. Top performers will use LinkedIn platform in order to get the data that they need, in order to be researched, to understand the industry, to understand competitors, to understand stakeholders, to be ahead of the decision makers. They will also use the platform to map out and stake out all of the stakeholders that they need to be in front of, and they will find the ways to get in to those clients with a trusted outreach, to create these high quality conversations with the people that matter, which is the only thing that our executives actually are asking us to do. Today, I'm super glad to be able to present a couple of our very newest AI functionalities. It's an absolute France-Paris launch today. So what you'll be seeing, you'll be the absolute first in France to be seeing this. I'll give you a few examples. There are 3 primary parts which we have chosen to develop faster than everything else. LinkedIn is probably the most AI-first company in the world at the moment. We are still with the biggest database from both LinkedIn and Microsoft. We have the power of OpenAI through Microsoft and Azure. We're able to present these features in a speed and an urgency that has never been seen before. We have 3 things I would like to take you through. The one is probably one of the biggest enablers to actually when you are in sales. It's our AI search. The AI search engine enables every single salesperson who has Sales Navigator to be able to search for the right people at the right time with your language. Give me all of the people in procurement in this company. How many sales managers do I have in this area? Who are the people who can help me to get an introduction to that person? All of these automated sales questions that would take forever normally to put in different searches to get to. Here it's possible to get the best language, our own language, to ask the database to present, to give me the names of the people who matter. The second thing, which I am incredibly proud, and I would have wished this to be here when I started in sales. Here is Account IQ. Account IQ is a page in Sales Navigator that will summarize all the data around a customer. So imagine you are new in your sales book. You have 50 new accounts. How long would that take in a normal to understand what are the strategic priorities? What are the industry? How are people connected? Who is the executive team? What are the competitive advantages that this company has? Account IQ will summarize everything that we can find on Bing, OpenAI, LinkedIn platform in one place to give every single rep the fastest research ever to be made in order to be able to have these high quality conversations almost at once. You can just imagine as revenue leaders what this will do when you have new ramping salespeople, when you have changes in the economy, when you have decision makers who are changing roles. We know for a fact that in 7% of budget will be spent with a new decision maker within the first 100 days. How can we ensure that everyone in sales is knowledgeable about the people who change roles ASAP? And the third part, incredibly important, it's about having knowledge and mapping out that organization in Relationship Map and Relationship Explorer, understanding the hierarchies of any company, understanding what our hidden allies are to get in there. So instead of, you will remember the times when we all in sales have been calling to everyone we know to see if anyone knows someone in that company who can help me in. That kind of research took days, like literally days, to figure out how to get through to someone. Here it will be with a click. You'll be able to see the people that you want to have a connection with. Who do you know that has that connection? Either it be in a company that you work for, either it be in a company you have worked for, either it be one of your connections, friends, colleagues, whatever it may be. I strongly believe that the companies who are able to give their sales organizations these kind of AI automated tools will be able to pull back on the 59% of the tasks that right now are preventing us from being out with the clients more than 30% of our time. Because we genuinely believe that is the high quality conversations with the right people that matter. I'm going to close off today with giving you a few short tips on how I would think about implementing. So number one, I would think about when you go back, if you don't remember anything else from today, remember that the number of stakeholders it takes, the number of connections it takes for you in a company to actually achieve a closed deal with a customer has probably gone up with 3 times, 5 times, even maybe 10 times in some industries. In order to get to decisions you want to get to, you need to ensure that all of those people are voting for you when you are not in the room. If you do this properly as a revenue leader, you build it into your motion. I can assure you that your sales teams, they're having the right conversations with the right people who matter. And what we can see then is that if it's built into the actual sales motion, you build it in, you measure this as a primary KPI, Sales Navigator as a tool for you will deliver over 300% of ROI in the first 3 years. This is about creating a measurement and a scaled version of the conversations that matter. We believe strongly that performance right now is not about making your top performers perform another 20%. Performance right now in an economy like this is about moving the 60% of your average performers to 5 to 10% more, which will give you another 70% of revenue. In order to do this, all the things we've spoken about today is about scaling that. So implement in your sales motion, understand how to measure, and then scale to all the people that you have in your organization to give everyone the same benefit of being able to connect and have high quality conversations with the people that matter. Last but not least, let's all remember as well that this actually is our primary task. Spending time selling is why we chose to be in sales. It's the primary reason when we ask our executives to why and what they want us to be spending our time with. When we look at companies' competitive advantages, it will always be, has always been, when we're able to marry technology and the best human behavior. Thank you so much for listening in today.